Okay guys, welcome back. Today we are actually taking a walk inside of the Jim Thorpe graveyard. Now the reason I say graveyard is there actually is a specific term. Now, cemetery is basically, I'll just say it to make it easier, a cemetery is graves that are on private property by themselves. A graveyard is a yard of a church. So if there's a church on the premises and the yard is graves, then that's the term for graveyard. So there is a church on the premises, so this is not a cemetery, this is a graveyard. Okay guys, so this is a very old and very historic graveyard for Jim Thorpe. If I can say this correctly, the Packard mansion, which was the Packard family, actually do have their graves here, which is something that would be very cool if we could find. These are always a little bit more on the creepier side. It's kind of like there's a casket above ground, the cross on top. It's like kind of like as if somebody's like right there. So far I don't see any headstones that actually stand out. Sometimes cemeteries and graveyards have some headstones that are very unique. Some of them are pretty disturbing. They're very creepy. Looks like we've actually got a mausoleum right here. So we're definitely gonna have to go down and check that out. But so far it seems like everything is just pretty basic. So it says Lily. I'm going to go ahead and step down and see what we have over here. Some wonky steps here. Here we have the name Lily. And there is a door with a gate. Can't see inside, so there's no visibility there. And then you guys can see we also have where it says Lily here on this one as well. So I'm not sure what the Lily is. Not sure if there's one person in there or if there's a family, or so be it. Didn't see any other names, so I don't know if that's a first name, a last name. I would assume it's a first name, but it could very well be a last name. Okay, so we've got 1872. So Connor fell in battle at Malvern Hill, July 2nd, 1862, age 30, 3 months and 6 days. His wife, Mary Foster, died September 10th, 1861, age 32, 3 months and 16 days. And their son, listed down below, Willie, Died December 5th, 1861, age 4, 7 months, 9 days. It is always very saddening seeing when children have passed, definitely at a young age. Granted, all lives are significant for a loss. You know, it's saddening seeing anybody pass, but unfortunately that is life and it's nothing that we can stop. But, you know, obviously for someone that's older, that's actually been able to live a full life, you know, at least, you know, people can see that age number and be like, okay, you know, they lived a full life, they got to experience a lot of what life has to offer, which is beautiful. But when you're a child and you don't get to experience things, you know, that's when it's very sad and it's heartbreaking because, you know, they never actually got their chance. Okay, so as I was just talking on that little bit of a rant, I actually came across something that's actually a little bit more disturbing, and it's this, which I'm finding here now. I did see these, and my first instinct was they're headstones, and shockingly enough, some of these actually are. You can see this one right here, which will move some of that debris. This one actually does have some writing on it, so that is in fact a headstone. And there is one that I don't want to fall and get hurt trying to get over to. I'm going to try to make my way over here as best as I can, because this here is actually a very steep rock. But we've actually got one right here. So looks like they also go down. And there's one here that has some writing on it as well. Not all of these have writing, but some of them do, so this is actually pretty horrifying. I especially don't like seeing a miniature graveyard for headstones by themselves. That's a little bit, really don't know the word for it, but it's very uncomforting. Okay, so now that we've just came up from there, it would seem that we've actually found the Packer location very quick and easily. So, see, we actually have a very nice P, which would be for Packer. And coming in, you can see we've got this here, and got the writing up front. Now inside are a bunch of stones with the names on them. So Augusta, Harry, Mary, Roberta, or no, Robert A, that was Roberta, Sarah, and A side, I believe that's how that's pronounced. Lockhart. So this is Annie, wife of Robert Lockhart. Linderman. Asa Packer, Linderman. So these are, so this one died age 5 months. This one died, Harry died 1 month, 9 days, and 42 years for Lucy. These are not, okay, so they are. This one has Packer on it. So this one really don't know how to pronounce this one, so I'm just going to get it close up for you guys. Charles or Seeker. So we don't see Packer on this one. And then this one here, Fanny Packer Seeker. Okay, so I'm not sure these two, but this one has the Packer on it, that one has the Packer on it, but in the middle it has. So I wonder if, okay, so wife of William, well, these aren't here. So I'm not sure the setup would here, but somehow they're related. So I wonder if this is like a mother and father, and that's the daughter here. Possibly. I'm not 100% sure on that. Back over in this corner, have some more. Asa Packer, third son of James. Have a very tiny stone there, which that one's going to be impossible to read, and so is this one. These are both way too decayed. I'm not sure what we actually have here. Robert Irwin. Here we have Henrietta, maybe? Henrietta. And we have James. So I assume that they're both here. So probably the most heartbreaking of all of them that is here, this one actually doesn't even have a name. It just says baby on it. 1884. So there could be a chance that the child was named Baby, but I really want to doubt it. I have an assumption that the child probably did not have a name yet, so they just put Baby on it, and it's very sad. Moving onward from the Packers, these are actually very nice looking granite stone. Broadhead. I am curious to see. Oh, this is a little odd. Looks like this is somewhat fresh. I really hope nobody tampered with that, but this is a little strange. So right over here we have a section where this is actually gated off and secluded. There is a gate separately for this, so I'm not sure if this is something we're going to be able to access, but check out that monument. And that right there is actually a very nice stone. I think the other side of it may be a bench or something. Usually that's what something like that is. Would be nice to get an up close of that. But for right now I wanted to see what was over here where this opening is. And it doesn't look like anything, so nothing over there. I was a little bit horrified thinking that maybe I would find a couple more headstones that were broken, but thankfully there wasn't any of that. Still bothers me that there's the ones over there. I really wish instead of them just being thrown around that they would actually be cared for, maybe done something with. You know, I know as far as like American flags go, and I know this is a totally separate thing, but American flags, you know, when they're worn out and beaten up, you know, usually the tradition is that you burn them because you don't throw them away, things like that. So if you burn an American flag, you know, what's I really wish that there could be something done with headstones of people, rather than them just being thrown around like that. I wish that there was a better way of repurposing, a way to recycle them, just like how we do with our American flags. And I know it's definitely a far stretch and it's a totally different kind of thing, but for our symbol for America and then our American people, I just think it would be highly respectful if there was something that we could actually do with the decayed and abandoned headstones. Okay, so right over here you can see that this actually does in fact have a lock on it. There's another gate entrance from over there which has a lock. I am going to take an automatic assumption and say that the one that's down there has a lock on it as well. So unfortunately for what's over here, I am not going to hop this wall. That's totally disrespectful. So we're going to leave this side alone and we're going to turn around and focus on what's behind us. On a good note, a lot of what I do see in here is actually in good shape. There we go. Well, I guess I'm going to say it. I'm pretty sure after a lot of you guys seeing me actually pick up that flag and fix it, I'm sure a lot of people actually respect and appreciate the fact that I just did that. And, I figured since I already know how people are going to feel about it, I just wanted to take the time to actually say, that's the least I could do. You guys can see there's right up ahead there is actually the church. Got the Mustang with us today. So today is actually our day from filming the trains in Jim Thorpe. We have the chapel. Curious to see how old these thin ones are. Usually the thin ones, from what I've seen, are usually the oldest. And this is very hard to read. The one over there I think would be the same. This one here looks like it says 1836. I want to say that's 1836. I think it's very hard to see. Definitely in 1807 and 1855. Very apparent on that one. This one here, Jacob, is 1810. We have another broadhead. So broadhead we actually found back over that way, but we have another one here. We have some more of the old stones. That one right there, Sydney Hawk, is is 1806, I believe, and those two are not legible. We have a broken headstone. Oh, and you guys can hear the church bells. But right here we have a broken stone. This one's old. That's not legible. Can't make that out. This one's actually pretty cool. I do like this one. We actually have what looks like the Iron Cross, the entrance. But I do like the construction of this one. I like how fancy this is with the pillars here. It's actually very nice. And we have a piece of a broken stone here. Over this way we have another mausoleum. This one is Walkthru. Now this one is not apparent that it has a lock on it. However, I have no interest in trying to open it. I'm sure some people actually do open them if they can, and yes, I am curious, but something about it is just a little too dark for me. Like it's possibly in 1802, and I can't see a date on this one. 18 something 4 perhaps. This is actually kind of unique. So we actually got this one here, which is in between two trees. So I don't know if, I want to say no. The trees had to have grown after this was already here. Which, if that's the case, then the casket or coffin that's down there is most likely broken into. But you can see the tree actually did form over the top of the stone there. So that's actually pretty interesting. Now I do gotta say, walking around in here, this graveyard actually is a lot larger than I had initially anticipated. I didn't actually think it was this size. So over here we're getting to some more old stones. This one here, 1831, and the other one on there says 1821. Cannot read this one. 1831, 1876, and 1802 and 18 maybe 51 on there. Now this one, I think it was in one of Cliff's videos. I think he did a video showing symbols. The finger pointing upward, I believe, is supposed to represent that it's their full intention that they are up in heaven, which obviously is, you know, I don't know everybody's belief on things, so I'm not here to get in on that, but ideally a better place for somebody is always what we're looking for. And then this one here is actually pretty unique. Looks like it's a book on a tree stump, but nothing on here is legible. I think this right here says 1986 on it, and I can see wife and HED, but nothing on there can actually be really read. Oh. Got ourselves another down flag over here. There you go. This one, let's see if we can fix this guy. I'd like to fix it. Okay, we got it up a little bit better than it was. It's definitely up better. Right over here we have one this was severed. Now you can see from the imprint right here, it looks like this thing actually fully went face down, and actually right where the split is, you can see there's some grass here, so this must have actually separated upon landing. Somebody thankfully did pick this up and do some justice for it. Price. And Butler. This looks like a nice granite, as well as the headstones. Writer. I do always think that the steps leading to something is always a nice touch. Now check this out. So this has got to be the fanciest monument that's here. Benjamin F. Barge. This is definitely a work of art. Okay, so Benjamin F. Barge, born May 30th, 1832, died October 30th, 1902. So probably was just graduating college, which would explain the attire. Lents have a nice sculpted cross. Two of them actually. There's one there, one here, and there's actually another cross down over there. see we do have a statue right there. It's an angel with a child. So I suppose we'll go check that one out and see. So July 22nd, 1908 to March 20th, 1914. So unfortunately this is a child's grave, which is what I pretty much could guess based on the statue here. And it looks like something actually had happened here. It looks like this one here may have actually moved as well, because you see the bait plate. Yeah, you see the base plate right there sticking out. So I think this one has shifted. But this one's actually pretty unique. It's concrete. It has a metal plate on it, and then this is actually, in fact, wood. This is a wooden headstone here up on top. So that's actually quite different. And we have June 10th, 1859 to April 19th, 1918. We have another broken headstone over there. This one, I kind of like the shape of that one. It's different, but it's kind of cool. 1905, so 1867 to 1905, and that's for John, and Mary was 1869 to 1954. Yeah, so right here we have a little bit of destruction. Looks like this actually sank in. But this has definitely been here for quite some time. You can see we've got some of the nature's carpet, as JP Videos calls it, kind of growing around it. And then I'm not sure where this trail goes to or how to access this path here, but I do see it looks like could be another headstone down there. So you guys know what I've been saying. I'm not a fan of seeing the headstones just laying around like this. Okay, and lastly, guys, we have the church here. There is a gate that does get locked, so if you do plan on coming here, number one, please be very respectful. These are people's family members, and whether anybody from the family is left alive or not, do the right thing, be respectful, pay your respects, and be kind. If you see something that's knocked over or out of place, you know, that's within your means, you know, go ahead and fix it for them. You know, obviously, if there's a large headstone that's toppled over, it's not really something I can tackle, or I don't think really legally anything I should really touch. But if, you know, there's a flag from a veteran or anything like that, or flowers or anything knocked over, just be very courteous and be very helping. Very much appreciated. So I want to thank everybody for coming along, and see you guys in the next video. The apocalypse.